Hello and welcome to another episode of Bespoke Bengali. This is your host Oswald, and today we're going to be talking about a very disturbing, very ugly development that has happened in West Bengal and has been happening for quite some time, to be very honest with you. As we all know, around 26,000 teachers have lost their jobs due to a systematic corruption. That's not my summation. That's what the court has observed. The Honorable Supreme Court has also observed that this is a very problem. The entire selection process was marred with inconsistencies, and it is impossible to say that everything has been done by the book. So there have been protests. There have been protests before, and the protests are ongoing as we speak as of right now. But what has really has troubled me personally, to be honest with you, is how the West Bengal police has dealt with this situation. Now I know, some section of you might think that some police officers have also been attacked, and that is very discouragable. That is very bad, and there should be no violence, because at the end of the day, I still believe that policemen have their hands tied. They are just puppets, and if they do not heed the Supremo's call, they will be posted to a very remote area where it will be very problematic for them to even meet their family for 3, 4, 5 months at long. Now, coming back to the point that I was making initially, that police actually lathi-charged on the protesters in front of Bikash Bhawan, which is the center where, in front of Bikash Bhawan, the State Education Department is situated there. Now, if you just look at some of these clippings, I want you to just look at the clippings, how the body language, how the police is approaching this situation, and how people are getting thrashed like criminals. Yes, so now you have seen what those horrendous sights. Let me tell you, it is not only lathi charging, it is baton charging. The difference between a lathi charge and a baton charge is, in a baton charge you really want to hurt the other side. I don't think the intention was to disperse the crowd. The intention was to demoralize and to break the back of the protesters. Now all of them are teachers who have been the first mentors, if you can call them that. They're first mentors. They are the people who create the next generation of thought leaders and luminaries, and they are there getting bitten like a two-bit criminal. People have gotten their bones shattered, their eyes gouged out, they have had very deep cuts, and it seems like it was a war zone. And for a democratic country like India, and for a state like West Bengal, which prides itself as one of the pioneers in higher education, and historically has produced a lot of great scholars, it is not only shameful, but it is hurtful to the people at large, to the Bengalis, not only within the state of West Bengal but throughout the world. I think every Bengali will take this personally. I have taken this personally when those teachers were attacked. I felt like my teacher was getting attacked. I felt like because I know teachers. One of my very close friend is a teacher. Thankfully, she is not in that panel. She got in before that. But I'm surrounded by teachers. So when I see teachers getting beaten to a pulp or getting treated like some two-bit criminal who has stolen something from somebody, it enrages me. As you can understand from the tonality, the sudden shift of tonality in my voice, I am really I feel helpless, and I'm really angry at how the state has handled this. Now, to make matters worse, the same police that have beaten the teachers now has let out summons to 15 protesting teachers. Can you imagine? This is the first time I'm seeing this. I've never seen. I used to be, and I still am. I cannot lie that I would say that I have lost all faith in the police. But the way they have behaved, especially during this protest and the last protest about when that unfortunate incident at Arjigor happened. I mean, I don't think people feel safe anymore around police anymore. In the state as well as, because you see, police is for our protection. And I don't understand, how can you be so lackadaisical, so blind, so tone deaf? Please wake up and smell the coffee. The people have lost faith in you. This is becoming increasingly butcher-like. Your job is not to, you are not here as a private army of a private entity. You are hurting the people you have sworn in to protect. Which is devastating. Now imagine this. Let me tell you guys. You know what will happen? It's just it is just the upper primary. Imagine when the next phase, the primary phase comes up, the numbers will be higher then. There is a huge chance that the numbers would cross 50,000. I'm not saying it would, but there is a huge chance. How will you manage this? How will you manage this? You have lost all credibility, especially the administration, especially the police. People have lost faith. Now when the second round of sacking gets around, what will you do? Judging by what you are doing right now, I think you're going to suppress them more. To what point? To what end? This cannot go on. This suppression of a very democratic protest cannot go on. This use of police as a brutal force to kick down any protesters who are protesting for what? What exactly are they protesting for? They're protesting for their right for a job, which they have gotten, which this government has given them. But the same government did not and could not provide an iota of evidence saying that they are able to separate the good from the bad. And this will go on. I'm telling you, there is a huge chance that more people will lose their jobs. Now you might think that 56,000 is not a big number. Remember folks, these are just not people. They have families. They're not isolated. They live in areas. They live in paras. All of this will affect hugely. And I don't think people are understanding how devastating it is going to be for the state as a whole. Schools will be destroyed. In primary, each school has 1 or 2 teachers. If 35,000 teachers gets reprimanded or sacked, I hope it doesn't happen, but if it happens, thousands of schools will shut down. Thousands of schools shut down means millions of families will not get education. That means millions of children will grow up without education. And without education, crime will rise. And who is there to protect us from the crime? The domestic crime? The police. And what is police doing? Beating the same teachers. It's not only sadistic, it's a weird situation we are in West Bengal. Okay, enough of my rant. As you can understand, I'm very, very, very much affected by it. I think it is high time that police should start behaving responsibly and do their due duties. I would reiterate that I still believe police is not a brutal thumping machine. It's not a blunt instrument. They are being forced to do this. And people should remember this. And people should remember what is happening. And who is actually making them do these things. If they can understand and identify and rectify the problem, then and then only this year-round nightmare will cease to exist. Thank you so much for listening in, and do share your thoughts on the same. This is Oswald signing off.